Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're cutting through the noise to get straight to the important stuff in the latest PortalFuse Weekly Security Update Report. We're looking at the Windows and Edge edition, specifically for July 30th to August 5th, 2025. Think of this as your quick briefing on the really critical security issues, the ones you need to act on. This report is great. It pulls together all those MSRC posts, the Microsoft support docs, makes it actionable.
Absolutely. And this week, it's, well, concise, but very precise. The report really distills what you need to know. It pulls from those different sources and gives you the actionable insights for Windows and Edge, saves you a lot of legwork piecing it together yourself. Basically, it's a focal point for your patching efforts this week.
Okay, so let's unpack the main finding. The report flags one vulnerability in particular, seems like the big one, CVE 2025-8292.
That's the one, yeah. CVE 2025-8292. It's classified as a use after free in media stream vulnerability. So what that means, essentially, is the program tries to use memory after it's already been freed, released back to the system. An attacker, potentially, could then sneak their own malicious data into that spot, and the risk. It could lead to executing arbitrary code, running unauthorized commands, basically in the context of the current user.
Interesting. And I noticed the CVE was actually assigned by Chrome. How does a Chrome CVE end up being critical for Microsoft Edge?
That's a great point. It really highlights how interconnected things are now. Microsoft Edge, the Chromium-based one we all use, it builds directly on top of Chromium. So when a vulnerability is found and patched in Chromium, well, that same vulnerability exists in Edge until Edge incorporates that fix. It's a sort of supply chain thing in software, a real reminder.
Right, that makes sense. So we have this use after free risk, the Chromium connection. What's the immediate action then for the admins listening, managing potentially hundreds or thousands of machines? What's the key takeaway? What do they need to prioritize?
Okay, so the good news is Microsoft has already addressed this. The fix is in the Chromium updates, and those updates are rolled into the latest versions of Microsoft Edge. So the critical action for you listening, and especially for enterprise environments, is simple. Get Microsoft Edge updated. Make sure you're running the absolute latest available version of the Chromium-based Edge. There's a release note from July 31st, 2025 with the details if you need them. But yeah, updating is paramount. Browsers are just such a major target.
Okay, that's very clear. Update Edge. So if there's just one single thing our listeners need to do based on this week's PortalFuse report, what is it?
Update Microsoft Edge to its latest version. That's it. That action directly mitigates CVE 2025-8292, this use after free issue in the Chromium component. It stops that potential pathway for arbitrary code execution. It's the single critical patch action this week.
Got it. Simple and direct. And, as we wrap up, while this week's fix is straightforward, it does bring up maybe a broader point, doesn't it? The ongoing need to watch those third-party components, like Chromium inside Edge. It's not just about the main application.
Exactly. That's a really important closing thought. This single CVE highlights how crucial it is to have visibility into and a process for updating those dependencies. Your security posture relies on every piece, even the ones sort of hidden under the hood. Continuous vigilance, really.